What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knick fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to know when the next video going to drop, hit the notification bell. All right, y'all. Y'all saw it, and if y'all didn't, y'all should go watch YouTube and catch the highlights because the New York Knicks put on a spectacular game, a dominating game against the Brooklyn Nets. And I know a lot you're gonna say it's only the Brooklyn Nets. They 1-8. Well, now they 1-9, thanks to the New York Knicks. Thanks to the New York Knicks. And it's a funny thing because I know a lot of us commentators, New York Knicks commentators, a lot of us, not all of us, are from New York City, some from Brooklyn, and I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I should be a Brooklyn Net fan, one would think, but nah, I am definitely not a Brooklyn Net fan. I actually was upset when they moved the team to Brooklyn. I understand financial reason they make more money here, but I wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? This is a one team, one basketball team town, and that is the New York Knicks. And I don't care what nobody say. The little brothers always tried to upstart the New York Knicks, the big brothers. And for a while they did. You know what I'm saying? When they had Kevin Durant and they had James Harden and the man who thought the earth is flat, Kyrie Irving, they was putting it to the New York Knicks, but we had a bullshit roster. Let's be real. And now it all switched around. It all switched around. But it was a good rivalry when Jason Kidd was over there. We had Carmelo Anthony. We had somewhat of a matching team, kind of an even level playing field. But for the last few years, it's been one sided. And now the New York Knicks is on top of that one side. Now let's get to the game after that little commentary because I like going in there. I like going in there in Brooklyn. If y'all ever watch my videos and then we come to the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks bust them down, y'all see the smile. Y'all see it never be a frown. You know what I'm saying? It's always a smile. And for that, my homeboy, he know who he is. You come across this video, you know I'm loving it. Matter of fact, he's not even since Kevin Durant and them left. How many Brooklyn fans do the Nets have? How many Brooklyn fans do they have? How many people really are Brooklyn Nets fans? And it's not just something to do on a Saturday or a Sunday night. Well, any given night because they play every night. Well, not every night, but y'all understand what I'm saying. But it's something to do in Brooklyn. All right, look at that score, 134. We just came up beating the Timberwolves with 130 something last game. Offense looking good. Let me tell you something. This is not Tibbs' offense. And I'm not throwing any shots. I'm not taking shots, but this is not Tibbs' offense. I mean, the Knicks can improve in some areas, but this is not Tibbs' offense. The put it like this. The Knicks scored 134 points tonight, right? The starters scored 90 points. The starters scored 90 points. 90 points, and we got 44 points out of our bench. Under Tibbs, those 90 points probably would have came from two players. And that would have been either Brunson or Towns or one, or maybe Ananobi getting hot and Tibbs letting him run with it, or maybe Mikal Bridges getting hot and Tibbs letting it flow. Because we know how the offense went last year. And I'm not complaining at where we was at, but y'all know what I did complain about. If you are a faithful follower, or like I like to call you, a Nick Cave dweller. You know what I'm saying? Under Tibbs, them points would have came from two to maybe three players. You look at we're going to get to the scoring in a minute, to the points. You look at how the starters, how the points was evenly spread around. You had Towns with 28 points in 28 minutes. And I want to focus on Towns for 1 second because when the season started, Towns came out talking about he didn't know his role. And if you watch my video, I said I was upset with that statement because when he made that statement, everybody just ran with it. Everybody, when I say everybody, I'm talking about all the Mike Brown doubters. They started going with what Carl Anthony. Carl Anthony don't even know what he's going to do. Mike Brown got a problem, and we was winning games. Even when Carl Anthony Towns talking about, he said he made that statement, he didn't know that was role. We won the game, but if you look at Carl Anthony Towns. That's why I said that statement I didn't agree with. I don't know why he made it because he damn near scored a double double in every game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't look up the stat, but I'm just going off for the games I watched. He's damn near scored a double double in every game, and I like that he's going back to kind of an old school type basketball game that when he see the mismatch, he's taking advantage. That's what we had wanted last year for him to get in the paint, start pushing people around and making them dunks that we seen when he first came in the league. Matter of fact, he looking even more seasoned this year. And I know it's only 9 games, but what you have to what you have to um really like is that the minutes that these guys are playing. You know what I'm saying? The minutes that these guys are playing, 28 minutes, 28 points. When it comes playoff times, we are going to be ready. We are going to be ready. Brunson, 19 points, 29 minutes, 6 from 14, 3 from 8 from downtown. I don't even think Brunson came in the fourth quarter. Now imagine when we get to the playoffs and our starters are fresh, healthy. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. But if our team is healthy and get to the season with the little minor nicks and bruises that come with the season, but that's nothing is going to take away from their game. Imagine how fresh they are going to be in the playoffs. And for all you guys who still wondering why the New York Knicks made that move, I know it's too late to still be talking about it. This is why. When you look at the minutes played, this is why. Mikal Bridges, this is not so one of his best games, averaging around 16 points somewhere last year, but 16 points, 28 minutes. He had 1 rebound. If this was an off game for Mikal Bridges, he still shot the ball pretty well, 6 from 8, 4 for 5 from downtown. Didn't get to the free throw line, which the Knicks said he said he wanted to get more too. But Anunoby, y'all heard me talk about Anunoby being that third offensive option on the New York Knicks. And this is why, because Mikal Bridges is just not consistent in this roster. When I say consistent, he don't go out there to put up 20, 30 points every night. But Mikal Bridges look like this year that he's trying to put up 20 points every night. He can step out there. He's going to the hoop. He's making the right passes. He's taking a three, hitting the three on a higher rate. And what I like is that he's more confident because he's not worrying about what the coach is going to say after if he missed a shot and come to the bench, or he don't give it up to Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns in a key moment, like we seen last year. This offense is really flowing. The ball movement is light years ahead of what we seen last year. The ball movement is so much better. We can get to the pace and all that. Because I think the Knicks, well, I got to check the stats on the pace. But the pace is not that different as last year, but the ball movement is there. And what you see from this team is that what you didn't see last year. The confidence, the chemistry, guys looking for one another, the unselfishness. Because last year, although Brunson was the man, at times it seemed a little selfish the way that he played, the way they played. Like, let me give you this is my opinion from last year to the year. I'm going to compare this game against the Brooklyn Nets. We would have probably struggled against the Nets. And I'm going to tell you, we would have won the game, but it probably would have been a struggle because when it got down to the fourth corner, our starters would probably have been tired. They'd been putting up points and they would have been on their last legs to probably hold off the Brooklyn Nets, a young, hungry-looking team that looked like in a few years they're going to have some good pieces over there. They make a couple of moves in the draft. They got the money to sign some players. Michael Porter is a good, I'm not going to say a piece you can build around, but a piece that you can add with whoever they want to make that starter team. But this would have been last year. It would have been a struggle. I'm being honest with you. Some of you know it because our starters would have been tired. Our starters would have been tired, and we'd have been playing probably a 7-man rotation. Whereas Jerry Farnes, I don't want to mess up his name. The Nets coach played damn near his whole team. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I talk about the starters would have been tired, that brings me to the bench. Now, when you look at the bench, he actually brung in the bench like 8 minutes and some change, and we was up like maybe 30-something points. We wouldn't have seen that last year. I'm not going to mention no names. I'm just going to say we wouldn't have seen that last year. We would have seen our starters play to about 3 minutes, maybe 1 minute in the fourth quarter with a 34-point lead. That's what we would have seen. And that's when I get back to the playoffs. The playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, I am hungry for the playoffs. The way we are playing right now, I know it's only 9 games in, but the way the Knicks are looking right now, and when I say the way the Knicks is looking right now, I'm talking about Jordan Clarkson. I know he started his season off was a little rough. People was questioning him, but the way Clarkson is able to manipulate the the defense to get open on, get his own, create his own shots. I'm getting that. And what he got to do on the real is when he in the position, if he ain't got that shot, he got to kick it out more. But as long as he's hot, as long as he's scoring, I don't give a goddamn. If he make the basket, we gonna cheer. But he got to learn. Excuse me. Still getting over a cold. He got to learn to kick that ball out some more. All right. Let's talk about the players from in the bench. The bench scored 44 points. Landry Shepard had Landry Shepard had 8 points. Hart another 11 points. Clarkson 11 points, and he got fouled out, and he was upset. Got to work on his defense, but we know he's not a defensive minded player. He's a guy who won the 6-man award because he comes out and shoot the ball. All right, and that's what I was talking about, the playoffs. I can't wait to get to the playoffs, because when we get to the playoffs, we're gonna have this man fresh right here. This man is going to be fresh. Brunson, I know Brunson only played 29 minutes tonight. I don't think he played in the fourth quarter, and he's not forcing things. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, his body, you know what I'm saying, is going to be in the right, right state of mind, right, whatever you want to call it. He's going to be ready for the playoffs. We're going to have some competition in the playoffs. It's going to, I think, one of our teams is going to be Chicago. I think we're going to be fighting Chicago in the first round. Milwaukee, Detroit, Cavs. Like, there's teams. This is why I always say to myself, I don't go off what people see in the off season. I wait till the season start playing. And some could say that the Bulls is not for real. They can fall off. Maybe an injury or two can slow that team down. But I see the Bulls in the playoffs. I'm going to be real. I see the Bulls making the playoffs. Milwaukee, a threat. Indiana, way down. And that's I, I want to make the playoffs to go up again. I want Indiana in the playoffs, but I don't think Indiana is going to be in the playoffs. But this man right here is going to be fresh when playoff time come. And when they do, we're going to see a whole different New York Knicks team. The team and the team that we're going to see is going to explain, it's going to define the reason why Tom Thibodeau was fired. I know there's still the Tom Thibodeau supporters out there. It's like, oh, with this team, imagine what Tom could do. No, with this team right now, even in victory, we would have guys soaking on the bench because they know that, hey, we up 20 points. There's 2 minutes left. Why aren't we in the game? You know what I'm saying? That plays a part on players' psyche. And I'm looking forward against the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies coming into our home. They I know they only have a 4-7 record, but they ranked fourth in blocks. So their defense is not, their defense don't totally suck. So it's going to be another challenge for the New York Knicks. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The spectacle of Ja Morant coming. It's going to be a fun game. The New York Knicks are 5-0 at home. Excuse me, 6-0 at home. Another victory. And we're going to see if we could continue this streak on with the next 3 games. Like I said, we got the Grizzlies, then we got Magic, then we got the Heat. And the in my opinion, the toughest team will be the Heat. They're 6-4. Then you got the Magic at 4-6. I mean, these are teams that I think the Knicks could beat and should beat. But it's going to be a pretty good test for the New York Knicks offense and defense, and to a small degree. But the offense, I think the Grizzlies are going to give the Knicks the biggest test out of these 3 teams. And yo, I'm down with Brown. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you know my commentating from last year, how I bashed Tom Thibodeau, but it wasn't nothing against Tom Thibodeau personally. It was the system. And I think with this system right now, the Knicks can go to the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? Bar any major injuries, hoping, you know what I'm saying, that it ain't no freak injury stepping on another player's foot, something like that, or overzealous, heated player that they mad they getting blown out, do some dirty type play. Draymond Green, you know what I'm saying? So I got to look up the schedule, see when we play. I know Golden State coming up soon, but you know what I'm saying? Teams like that, or players like that, I worry about because they are dirty players and they just play dirty. You know what I'm saying? Golden State is looking really bad right now. And Green is going to be desperate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, barring any injuries, the New York Knicks should. I'm gonna be real. I'm giving you my prediction. We're going to make the playoffs and we're going to the NBA finals. We're going to the finals. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody said. I don't care how good teams look right now. I don't care how many games we win. I don't care if we don't win 51 games this year. If we get into the playoffs, which we are, we going to the NBA Finals. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.